Good afternoon, South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. Welcome to a brand new week. This is Afternoon Express, and I'm Jeannie D.
And I'm Palisa Dembe, ready to take on this Monday.
I know.
Thoughtful, motivational Monday.
Yeah, exactly. Look how inspiring you are, really.
Yes.
Now, it is another exciting Monday on Afternoon Express, and today we have the pleasure of giving you an exclusive performance from this incredible, internationally acclaimed, multi-selling platinum band. It is none other than, drumroll please, Freshlyground. We love them. We so happy to have them.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
And we also meet the founders of Cape Town Women's Network, Unoxolo Koboto and Yanda Nako, who have made it their mission to recognize and celebrate the work of the game changers in their respective industries.
Yeah.
Very powerful ladies.
Now, speaking of game changers, we also chat to another female powerhouse by the name of Gundo Nevhutanda, an international speaker who has become one of the youngest black female conveyancers to be admitted to the High Court of South Africa.
Yes, powerhouses only. Plus today, on the edition of Mommy Mondays, we chat about the long-term effects of postnatal depression on babies. Remember, you can also chat to us on social media and tell us who you think Freshlyground should collaborate with next. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using our official hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page.
Can you sing?
I can't, but I think that God forgot me when he was handing out that
No,
that
me too,
talent.
because I can talk the back end of a donkey, but I cannot sing, and it's my dream. I wish I'd be able to sing.
Right.
Imagine us collaborating with Freshlyground. Oh.
Grannies, here we come.
Now, Freshlyground has completed 4 sold-out tours across the globe, making them one of a handful of South African acts to find international success across multiple continents. Their album Nomvula earned the band 2 Metro FM Awards and the MTV Europe Music Award for Best African Act.
Sasi batatu umama wa ndigo esminige na o mavon wa shekatata mobudo neba datuma ola.
Oh, how amazing to finally have you here.
Hello guys.
I'm so excited. Legends in the
Legends.
South African entertainment and music game. And you guys have now crossed barriers. You've gone abroad and
Yeah.
you've just represented us so well as a country. So proud.
Thanks,
yeah.
Melissa.
Thanks, guys.
It's been a few years in the making. So.
Well, you guys have been around forever now.
Yeah, we're dinosaurs.
No, but please. Legends, yes, but dinosaurs, no.
Nice.
What's changed with the band over the year, other than the fact that you're all parents?
We are parents.
Every
Yeah.
single member's in the parent now.
Yeah, we're all parents now. Yeah, Chris is he's the most recent one to join the parent club. Yeah, he's got a little tiny little baby. Otherwise, you know, we've just come back from another tour of Europe.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. We've just put out our 7th album.
Amazing.
So it's all happening. A lot has changed. Yes.
How does touring work, though, with such big families now?
Well, you know, a job's a job, girl. Each job,
Yeah.
each job. You know,
Yeah.
you're not gonna. You got to put that bread on the table. You know, it doesn't matter
Exactly.
if you recognize if you're a superstar, if you're a celebrity. You know what I mean? You still gotta do the work. You gotta put the graft in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and not only is Chris the newest member of the fatherhood family,
Yes.
but he's also the newest member to Freshlyground.
True story.
So how did you get into such a legendary band? How did that conversational interaction go? Did you have to audition?
It was about 3 months of auditions, eh? We started with about 20 and got down to 1. Yeah.
That's the newest edition of our family.
Yeah, Mr.
But yeah, we want to know how you joined the band.
I think my very first time I saw the band, it was in 2006 at the Armchairs in the observatory. That was the first time I saw them playing. And after that, we had it, I think I met Julio after, and then the guitarist. And in 2010, Julio gave me a call, actually. Chris, we have a song that we're recording on the album, I think, Radio Africa.
Yeah.
And the song was Chicken to Change.
Change,
Yes, and then they
exactly,
say, Chris, do you want to come do a session, do a guitar? And I say, yes, sure, come. And that was it. So since then, and then had to
And it
today.
is such a great band to be part of, and there's such a fantastic energy in the band. It's almost like one big happy family.
We are. I mean, and you know, I'm Chris. Actually, Chris is from Congo DRC, so he's like we're even more Pan African than we always have been.
Yeah.
So we've always been from South Africa. Zim. Julia's from Mozambique, and now we've got DRC represented. We're all happening.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Shine to all the sons and daughters of Africa. It's beautiful.
That's right.
Now, I want to know about your new album. You obviously collaborated with The Soil, which is amazing. We love The Soil.
Have you let the cat out the bag already?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be playing for us later, no? And this will be the first time performed
On
no?
television.
On television.
Yes.
First time
Alongside
the music
with
video's going
with
out
the music
as
video
well.
too.
First time the music
Yeah.
is actually just finished it this weekend, so just in time for you guys. First time it's going to be
brand
aired.
new.
Very exciting
Thank
for us.
you.
Yeah.
We love an exclusive on Afternoon Express. Have you collaborated with anyone else? And what can we look forward to most on the
On
album?
this album, we have collaborated with Oliver Mtukudzi.
Wow.
wow.
I mean, and we love him. I mean, our first collaboration with Oliver was a live one in Harare years and years ago, and we've done stuff over the years together. But this is the first time that we've ever recorded something together. So it was a dream come true for us to have that happen. Otherwise, yeah, it's them and the Soil and Karen Zoid. We've collaborated with a song.
Obsessed with Karen.
Yeah, yeah.
She was
Karen.
my hall prefect at boarding
Really?
school.
You're joking.
In high school.
No.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Was she naughty?
No, she was amazing.
What?
She was really,
Well, as
really
a
cool.
prefect, I'm sure shows, you know.
She's a
very
great
much on the
prefect.
mark. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a great girl.
I think if I saw any of my hall prefects now, I wouldn't be very nice to them. So
Just to
unusual that,
stick it to them.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be a pleasant interaction.
Exactly. But you guys are, as you said, your 7th album.
Yeah.
What can we expect from this album?
Yeah, we got our producer Toya Hansen, and he's done amazing stuff internationally. He worked with the Cardigans, he worked with OK Go. He did a lot of stuff, and he came out and he spent a month here working with us. So we spent a lot of time in the studio working on a live, really cool, kind of gritty sound, which is very cool. So we're quite excited about the album. It's got a lot of different feels. There's quite a rocky edge to some of the songs. It's got a sort of chilled out, loungy African feel, which is Nalam Genge, yes. Which is the song we're going to play today, and some gentle acoustic vibes.
And some poppy stuff,
and some
like
poppy stuff.
our first single that we released from the album is Black Girls. So we released that a few months ago, and with the videos out, it's beautiful. You must check it out on our YouTube page.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to hear this new album, and I cannot wait to see the new music video, exclusive today to Afternoon Express. You guys are doing so well. Congratulations.
Thanks, girls.
And keep on rocking on. I love how you keep on steaming forward all over the place. It's great.
Well,
It's
you're
so good to
setting
see.
a very beautiful trail.
Oh, I love
my
it.
darling.
Isn't she
If you're in
just?
Joburg in a month's time, we're actually going to be performing live with The Soil.
Exactly.
So the
We'll
first
be
weekend of
launching the song.
October in Joburg, we're doing 2 shows with The Soil live. So
Amazing.
if
We'll
you're in
put all
there,
of those
do
details
come
on our website.
Yeah,
Great.
perfect.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
Seeing Freshlyground live, you can't get any better than that. Now, don't forget to hit us up on social media and tell us who you think Freshlyground should collaborate with next. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express, or comment on our Facebook page.
Now, coming up after the break, we put a veggie spin on the noodle stir fry in the kitchen. Stay tuned for that. Welcome back from the ad break. You're tuned into Afternoon Express on this beautiful, gorgeous, but still gloomy Monday. As part of the Woolworths plant-based campaign, we take on the humble tender stem broccoli with today's veggie-based Woolies recipe. Chef Keleto will be preparing an Asian-inspired stir-fry using fresh and seasonable vegetables paired with a nutty sesame seeds. Wow. The best part of this dish is that it can be prepared in just under 15 minutes. Chef Keleto, how do we get started?
Well, I'm back
You're
in the
on the
kitchen.
clock 15 minutes.
I'm on the clock 15 minutes. Okay, I'm back in the kitchen. We're talking plant-based again.
Yes.
So today we're making a beautiful Asian sesame noodle stir fry. So it's very quick and easy. Like you said, under 15 minutes. I think it can even be done under less. If you've done all your prep, it's going to be very quick.
Perfect.
So what I've got here is some oil heating up. You can use vegetable oil, sesame oil.
Coconut oil, olive oil.
Exactly. So we've got just some oil heating up here. I'm just going to add some red chilies and ginger and garlic. So
love a nice kick to my meals.
So just gonna fry that up just to give it, just to release those beautiful flavors, let them get to know each other. And then as they are kind of heating up, what I'm gonna do here, as I've started already, is just chopping up some red cabbage.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm using the baby red cabbage from Woolies here, but you can use literally any veggies you want. Red peppers.
Yeah. Your favorites, I guess, to add to the stir fry.
Exactly. So, but what we're going to be using is more carrots, red cabbage, and of course our beautiful tender stem broccoli.
Yeah. So the hero of the dish, as you just said, is the tender stem broccoli.
Yes.
Why not just use ordinary broccoli?
So the thing is with tender stem broccoli is, besides its beautiful shape and vibrant color, it's much better than broccoli because it's much higher in vitamin A, and also what I read up just before is that it's higher in magnesium, phosphorus, and calcium, which is also very good for the bones. So, I mean, the vitamin A is 4 times more than the broccoli. So it's much, much healthier for you to use the tender stem broccoli.
Okay, perfect.
And it's also gorgeous.
Yeah, so we're actually thanking Woolworths for this because for some of us moving into spring, we want to get that more nutritious meal in.
Exactly.
So, winter, we did pack on a couple of kilos, but now we're trying to move into the more streamlined bodies.
Yeah, and with all these beautiful seasonal vegetables, we can just use all these beautiful things, and it's much easier and much more fun to eat healthier. So I've just added my cabbage, my carrots, which I've julienned. You can also just make ribbons out of that.
Okay.
Fry, add my tender stem broccoli, and this goes very quickly.
Okay.
Very quickly. What I've got here, Woolies makes it super easy for you. You've got a sweet and sour stir-fry sauce, done, packaged for you. Just dump that in.
For that kick of flavor.
For that beautiful flavor. It's got beautiful flavors like soya and all those Asian stuff that's going in there beautifully.
Yes.
Then I've got my noodles that also go in here. Beautiful Woolies noodles. Just give this a quick toss. So those that you've got there, I'm actually going to use to garnish the dish at the end.
Okay, let's get to garnishing then.
Okay, cool. So let's, if you can pass me that clean plate over there, and I can just dish it up for us. And I mean, look at that. That was very quick, very easy,
and
very
fresh.
flavorful. All that ginger, the garlic, the chilies that give that beautiful kick.
Okay,
if you want, rounding off some spring onions, red chilies, just to garnish that, and some beautiful sesame seeds, and voila,
as
dinner.
promised.
Done.
Bon appetit, as they say in French.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect. Consider dinner done. To get the ingredients list and link for the recipe sent to your device, simply SMS EAT to 33650. And just in case you missed any of the steps, here's a quick recap.
Oh, yummy. That's the perfect thing for dinner tonight. Now, networking is an integral part of growing your business and making profitable relationships over the years. Now, networking has become more than just collecting business cards over canapes, but rather a way to create mutually beneficial and sustainable relationships.
The Cape Town Women's Network aims to do just that by creating an opportunity to bridge the gap between various industries and social circles of women. Hi ladies, how are you?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So the Cape Town Women's Network started over as social media status. How did it start and what exactly is it?
All right. Basically, what happened was, it was one Friday afternoon. I was so, that space where we women all go through was miserable. I was just under the weather. Life in general was just not going well for me.
Yeah.
This about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, it was not even about venting on social network, but I was just asking ladies around Cape Town do we actually have a space where we're able to sit like this on a couch, have meaningful conversation, discuss and reflect on our lives, It was just one of those days, And then the response was so amazing. And people were like, Yanda, start something. We want to sit down. We want to engage. We want to talk about the things that actually are worrying us. And from there, I was like, okay, there's something that we need to do for Cape Town. Yeah. And it was a topic that went through all these months. And then the following year, which is 2015, that's when CPT Women's Network was born.
That's
Amazing.
incredible. Yeah. Now, you ladies aim at enriching and connecting young black women in your communities. So how do you guys do that through this networking group?
Okay, so CPT Women's Network was born, as Yanda said, in December of 2015. So basically the aim of the organization is really to, empower, to motivate, to support and celebrate the lives of young women within our townships. So our primary target audience is really women from the townships. And I think what we do differently within our organization is that we call upon prominent, guest speakers within their respective sort of industries to come in and share their stories in the hopes of inspiring, these young women.
Incredible.
So we've had amazing feedback from men as well to say, you know what, don't sideline us. We're actually part of the community. We actually want to be part of this movement as well. So that's what we do as CPT Women's Network. We launch, we've done these events since 2015. We're going into our third year now. And we've had, guest speakers ranging from Dineo Ranaka. We've had Jasmine, who's a human behaviorist. We had Umam Nokolo Krodbom from, SABC News.
Wow.
So we've had like a nice sort of collaboration with all of these guest speakers, actually, yes.
And what kind of success stories have come from them?
There's quite a few, hey? I still remember this one. What we do after our events, we actually allow ladies to speak about the businesses.
Yeah.
So as much as we are empowering other women, but we're also creating a space for young entrepreneurs to market their businesses. So quite a few of these startup businesses have been born from Cape Town Women's Network.
Amazing.
This one lady, she was about 23. She started out with creating her own sanitary towels.
Wow.
Her business is blooming today because what we do is we allow the space for ladies to network, engage. You never know who you're sitting next to. You might think that you're just there to look good or anything, but you're actually there to network, create an environment where as women we are able to assist each other.
Yeah.
Jasmine also invited like 2 of our ladies to actually give counseling, to train them, So quite a lot of things happen. And women buy houses because we bring financial advisors, we bring property experts, we bring quite a diverse women within their careers to actually come and engage, and also for ladies to take out something from these speakers.
Amazing, yeah. And I find there's so much power in just talking.
Yes.
In communicating whatever thoughts and dreams you have, you never know who's listening.
Absolutely.
And you never know how you can help each other out. So what you guys are doing, do not underestimate it for one bit. I'm willing to sign up as soon as we get done with this chat. Yes, congratulations. You guys are
You don't
doing
actually have to
amazing.
sign up. It's just a matter of you purchasing a ticket and attending the event. That's
How many events have you had so far?
10.
Yeah,
10
yes,
total.
yes.
You guys are moving very strong. Congrats.
We're going to put your next event details on our website. That'll be fantastic. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so
and
much,
sharing this
guys.
amazing platform. Now, as the saying goes, no man is an island, and movements such as the CPT Women's Network are exactly what is needed to help more women get access to better business opportunities. Now, after the break is another edition of Mummy Mondays with clinical psychologist Janine Bjerkes.
Remember to hit us up on social media and tell us who you think Freshlyground should collaborate with next. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page.
Get ready. The face of cybercrime is changing. And so are we. We are smarter. We take charge. We are in control. We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are Sabric.
Welcome back from the ad break. You're tuned into Afternoon Express on SABC3, where the stage is yours. Now, on gloomy days like today, I love being on my phone and going onto Instagram. So I'll give you the perfect people to follow just in a bit. So if you would like to see more of our fur babies like Baxter, you can keep up to date with their on and off-screen lives by following them on Instagram. Just search The Adventures of Donut and The Adventures of Baxter for a different angle of our fur baby family members, Donut and Baxter. Hey baby, they're gonna follow you.
They're cute, they're cuddly, and they're TV stars. Baxter and Donut, the adorably fluffy four-legged members of the Afternoon Express family, are sharing their daily adventures on social media. To see what Baxter and Donut get up to behind the scenes, follow The Adventures of Baxter and The Adventures of Donut on Instagram.
Welcome back to another edition of Mommy Mondays. Now, in the previous weeks, we have been discussing the pressing issue of postnatal depression and how it affects mothers. So today, we will be looking at how postnatal depression affects babies and how it can affect them later on in life. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Jeannie. Great to be back.
Yeah, lovely to have you here again. So obviously, you've been discussing depression in mothers, but now, does it affect the baby?
Yeah.
I mean, it must.
It does. And we're looking at our future generations.
Yeah.
If we're looking at long-term effects, the baby with a mum with untreated depression is very likely to become a mummy who is depressed.
How is it? Is it passed down genetically or just from behaviour?
It can be, I believe, and research has shown that it actually gets imprinted on the baby very early on. In those early weeks and months.
And how can it affect the baby? Like what kind of behaviour, I suppose, will the child show to show that it's being affected by the mum's depression?
Your trouble is, Jeannie, that you don't see in the baby, you don't see outwardly the effects immediately. The baby might not thrive, but it's hard to detect and there can be weight loss and milestones might not be reached.
Okay.
The problem is that it's an invisible damage. It's damage on the inside that takes place. And it's because a baby is looking at mom, and the only way baby knows that she's beautiful is by looking at mom's face and the reaction that she evokes from mom. And if mom cannot give that reaction, baby starts feeling unsafe and frightened and stressed. And that affects, every time the baby tries to initiate a connection with mum and fails, that affects baby's ability to have an effect on his or her environment.
And will this affect the baby throughout its life? And in what way?
Look, what is so amazing is that human beings are hugely adaptable. We can grow and we can learn. And if we are children of depressed parents or mums, if we're aware and we're alert and we have worked on these areas, things change.
Yeah.
So we do adapt and we do grow. And with enough support, this doesn't have to continue. Our biggest trouble is untreated depression is something where the mum stoically continues doing things for the baby, controlling, organising, maybe responding as effectively as she possibly can, but she's highly stressed and deeply, deeply miserable.
Yeah.
And if we don't give her the support and love she needs, practical support and understanding that this is a temporary madness, that will leave her. She can continue it's not there forever, but we want her to be helped as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. And with
we do have the PNDSA helpline number on the screen at the moment as well. But what else can mothers do? Because if you do know that you are susceptible to depression, obviously this means that you will probably get PND now. But then what can mothers do? Because I suppose taking antidepressants would be one option, but won't that affect the baby if you take pills while you're pregnant or breastfeeding?
Well, we've found that mums that have had postnatal depression, their first baby, and have continued to be on antidepressants, it's recommended that they stay on antidepressants throughout their pregnancy and while they're breastfeeding.
Will it not affect the baby? The
Minimally, the one has to counter the effects of the depression can be far worse than the effects of the antidepressant.
Is that so?
And one just needs to contact the doctor to know what antidepressant.
Okay.
But we resort to antidepressants only after that initial interaction has we've made the initial interaction where mum gets visited, where she gets the support, where she gets the understanding, where grannies and responsible caretakers come in to support her as she supports her baby.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't immediately start to elevate, her mood doesn't elevate, then we look at medication.
And what about breastfeeding? I heard that mothers get told to stop breastfeeding if they are suffering from PND.
No,
Why is that?
not at all. Breastfeeding is great for the baby and also great for the bonding between mum and baby.
Yeah.
And with postnatal depression, there's a huge problem with the bonding. Mum matching and finding her baby and baby finding mum.
Okay.
And so you really want to facilitate breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And as quickly as possible to get that help without the shaming and the blaming.
Yeah.
There's a reason why human beings, we have grannies, other species in their lives very shortly after giving birth. But we need grannies and older women to be supporting our younger women.
Yeah.
So
well,
that
this
they
is
can
it.
cope.
They say that it takes a village to raise a child, and I suppose in the olden days they did have villages raising the children. Nowadays, women are very alone.
It's
So
the isolation.
It's difficult to get support.
Yeah, and especially the women who likes to control, organise, and predict things. A baby is about the most random being that can enter an organised woman's life.
Yeah, I'm sure. What can women do if they know that they are susceptible to depression already? And I mean, how else can it be avoided? Can PND be avoided?
Yes, well, it's quite important if you're miserable during your pregnancy, that's a huge warning sign.
Yeah.
Miserable as in really not looking forward to having baby. That's when a doctor or nurse or clinic should be consulted, because we can predict there are going to be problems.
Yeah.
And that's when you can get onto a home care program where people come out. Parent Centre has been managing an intervention project where volunteers come out and visit, the volunteer carers come out and visit any mum that considers herself at risk, or who's isolated or in difficulty. And there are a lot of our mums are not in optimal circumstances to have babies.
No.
And need all the support we can get, not only to support the mums, but to support the babies so that they can have happier experiences with their babies.
Because there's obviously varying degrees of the baby blues. Like I think for some women it can be really, really dark, and others just a mild depression, I assume. But what kind of support is available for the baby if mom does have the baby blues?
Well, the most important support for the baby is to support the mum in getting back to the baby.
Okay.
But mum is overwhelmed and mum can't cope. So mum needs help, so that even to the point of I visited a relative who the granny had put the mum into bed, and she had recently suffered the loss of her own mum, and so it was mum-in-law that put her to bed and was making sure she had a rest while she walked off with the baby. Kind of real basic stuff to really help the mum and to support her, and then to constantly be in touch to see is the baby blue lifting. Or is it getting worse? And if it's getting worse, to then get help quickly.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today. It was lovely having you here again. Now stay right where you are, because after the break we have the perfect meat-free Monday recipe to add to your repertoire, and we'll be making a clover bliss brinjal bake with Chef Aya. Plus we meet motivational speaker Gundo Nevhutanda, who is now an associate in one of the biggest 5 law firms in South Africa. It's great.
Instant hot chocolate? Of course. It's possible with Clover Super M when you #TryItHot this winter. Keeping Afternoon Express smiling right through the chilly months, warmed up Super M is the simplest hot chocolate option when all you need to do is pour, heat and enjoy. So #TryItHot with Clover Super M and catch the cast of Afternoon Express putting their own twist on this cup of deliciousness made with love by Clover.
Indulge with Bliss Double Cream Yogurt, made with love by Clover.
Welcome back from the ad break. You're tuned into Afternoon Express. We have the perfect meat-free Monday recipe to add to your repertoire thanks to the creamy and indulgent taste of Clover Bliss. So get ready to be transported to the Mediterranean shores with this delicious brinjal bake and Clover Bliss tahini sauce. So you don't want to miss out on this. Simply SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to you. Chef Aya, where do we begin?
Let me.
I know where we begin. Happy Monday.
Yes.
Happy Monday.
All right, so also we're going to be doing our aubergine bake using our Clover Bliss.
Yes.
So our Clover Bliss, it's so nice and rich and smooth. It's a source of 10 vitamins and it comes in different flavors, which is strawberry, choc chip, plain, and also
hazelnut.
Hazelnut, which I love the most. So
I'm a plain type of girl.
Really? So you enjoy that, and it's safe. You can have it by itself and you enjoy it.
Perfect.
So we're doing this bake. We're going to start with my aubergine. I'm going to cut it into small slices. The idea is,
Chef Aya, you have to just help me also. I
right.
have troubles with eggplant and brinjal. I don't think that I've enjoyed it prepared correctly. How is the perfect way to prepare brinjal?
I mean, you don't like the sogginess. I feel like you are not a fan of the sogginess.
Yes, it's that
so the idea, I think
overcooked,
for you, the perfect way of doing it is you can do it exactly what I'm doing now. So you line your tray with oil or butter or spray cook. You line it here, and then you add salt over it, and then you keep it in the fridge overnight, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then overnight, and then in the morning, it's gonna have liquid on top of it, and then you're just gonna take a dry cloth, and then you just wipe that off.
Yes.
And then in a hot pan with a touch of oil, you like char it, so that it will get hard and So this is you put in the oven for about.
Nice. I think I would prefer it the way you just described because it is that sogginess that usually puts me off. But these look crisp and.
So I'm mixing out my garlic and my rosemary. Okay. I'm going to brush it on top of my aubergine. So the idea for this is to now get that nice meaty flavor from it because it's a replacement for meat if you're a vegetarian.
A vegetarian. My first go-to is having mushrooms as a replacement for meat.
But this
so this
also,
is a nice alternative.
Yeah, this works also perfectly. And if you want to get the more intense flavors of garlic and rosemary from it, you can just blend it in like a hand blender or something, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And then with that, you put it in the oven for like 30 minutes. To get the nice brown charred color from it, and then you start layering like you're doing lasagna.
Oh,
this
nice.
is like one of the best vegetarian dishes.
Yeah, I was going to say I love a good lasagna. Yeah. So this seems like it's a good go-between if you're trying to keep the whole vegan lifestyle up and going.
And then I'm going to be adding my tomato-based chopped tomatoes.
Nice.
Right? Okay. That looks awesome. And then my basil. How awesome is this plant?
Having an indoor garden, I swear, is the best because as if you can't run out to your Woolies to get that fresh herb, you have it right here next to you.
Yeah. So what you can do for me, you can take our beautiful Bliss, add it in the cup there, in the bowl.
Cool.
And
How much do you need?
Just like 2 tablespoons because it's for to serve with our bake.
Okay,
right?
I feel like that's 2.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna be chopping some parsley quickly for you with that, and then add a bit of tahini there to give it that nice nutty flavor.
Oh, nice. Okay, can I use the same spoon?
Yeah, you can. Just put it all in there.
Okay. And then do I stir it up for you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So while you're doing that, I'm just gonna be finishing off our bake.
Nice.
So you just keep on layering it till you get enough.
And then when do I start putting,
this
only a garnish
for the side.
on top?
The thing is that the tomato has a lot of acid to it, so that helps it balance very well.
Nice. Yeah. Clover Bliss always coming through with the come through.
Now
remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to you. Here's a quick recap in case you missed any of the steps.
Made with love by Clover.
At the age of just 25, Gundo Nevhutanda has been named the Law Society of the Northern Provinces as one of the youngest black women, well, black female conservators that have conservators, tongue twister, that has been admitted.
Now, to add to the list, she is the founder of the Dignify Her Foundation, which is a foundation specifically aimed at supplying high school girls with free sanitary wear. Now, how's that for your Monday motivation? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here.
And I actually have to ask you a little question. Okay. I heard, is this true, that you bunked an exam to come and audition for Top Billing?
Yeah.
A couple of years back.
Yes, that's true.
So you'd be part of this family?
I would.
Yeah. What happened?
So what happened was I was writing, if I remember correctly, it was Introduction to Law. This was in my first or second year, LLB. So I did a dual degree. I did a BCom degree and an LLB degree simultaneously.
Wow.
Two degrees at the same time, just as you do.
Casually.
That's the only way to do law, really.
Casually.
Yeah. So I banked an exam and I went and auditioned for Top Billing. And as I was queuing in those really long queues, I tilted my ankle. I sprained my ankle and it was horrible. I still continued with the audition. Didn't get the job, but I mean, I fulfilled a dream.
And you've got a crazy story to tell.
I do. I have a crazy story to tell. And I actually felt that maybe that was God leading me back to school. He was like, child, this is the route you should be taking.
Well, look how well you've done. So thank goodness God did that.
And I met her. I was able to share a stage with her. She's phenomenal.
She's phenomenal. She's very stunning. So along with your incredible life story and story of getting onto your audition, you've also got an amazing story in business. Apparently you have completed, you did 4 bar degrees at the same time, bar tests.
So in order to get your admission, your attorney's admission, you write 4 tests, and I did all of those at the same time.
Wow.
So usually people
Isn't that unheard of for people to do?
No, it's not. Some people do it.
Okay.
I like doing things and getting it over and done with.
Okay.
So that's why I did that. And I wanted to get admitted. I wanted to get admitted as an attorney. I was tired of serving articles and I wanted to do it and be done.
Yeah.
So I did it at a go.
Incredible.
And I feel like you're such an overachiever. We're having a conversation just before we started, and I felt like you're so young and you've accomplished so much already.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I don't know, honestly, because I really feel like I've just started.
Yeah.
I honestly, every time people are like, wow, Gundo, I'm like, what do you mean? I've actually just started, you know? And that's why I am. I really feel like there's so much more that I want to do, so much more that I'm yet to achieve.
Wow.
So really, this is just the beginning.
Wow.
You know, when I go through your list of accolades and things that you've been doing, it reminds me of that meme that we've all got the same hours in the day as Beyonce.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you must fit in so much in a day. You study so much, and now you've also got your foundation. Tell me why you decided to start it and what kind of work your foundation serves to do.
So the Dignify Her Foundation was started 2 years ago, and that it's based it was started for girls in Venda, in Limpopo. I'm Venda originally. I'm a village girl. I was raised by the village. You were saying earlier that it really takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And I'm testament of that. I'm a village girl. And I felt that there's so many girls like me who grew up in Venda. You know, some of them are not lucky or fortunate enough to have parents that moved aside and were able to really fend for them. And so I wanted to step in. And I mean, you know, condoms are free. Girls miss out on education because of lack of sanitary pads. So I thought if condoms are free, sanitary pads should be free as well. And the government hasn't really come on board and they're not doing much about it. So we need to pull together as women and keep our girls in school. So that's the reason why I started the Dignify Foundation. Yeah,
that's amazing.
So that's gorgeous. What have been some of the challenges you have come across, and how did you overcome them in your journey?
There's a lot of challenges. I mean, just being a woman, just being a black woman is a challenge on its own. And I think just really changing the narrative, you know, and really changing stereotypes, you know, and sitting up and saying, actually, I'm here and I can do this. And I share the story quite often. When I wrote my conveyancing exam, one of the most difficult exams I've ever had to write. I got an oral. So an oral is a type of a supplementary exam. I got an oral exam and I went. It was in front of a panel of 4 experts. I sat there and they said, we're not sure. We want to re-oral you, something that is unheard of. I sat for a re-oral with the senior examiner of conveyancing, and I sat there and he failed me.
Why?
He failed me and he was like, you're not ready. I then went again a few weeks later, wrote the exam, and I passed.
Wow.
Amen to overcoming and conquering. Congratulations on everything.
You so much.
Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being such an amazing inspiration
Such a
to women
pleasure.
across Africa.
Amen.
Such a pleasure.
Don't go anywhere, because after the break, we're going to be bringing you the incredible Freshlyground live in the loft.
Indulge with Bliss Double Cream Yogurt, made with love by Clover.
This Amakwenya and Vet Cook Day on August the 13th. Join us on Afternoon Express to celebrate this South African classic by frying up a batch with friends, family and colleagues. Enter the Olive Pride National Amakwenya and Vet Cook Day giveaway and tell us who you believe deserves an Olive Pride Amakwenya Day hamper. Enter on the Olive Pride Facebook and Instagram pages. Entries close at midnight on the 29th of August.
Check his hands. He's happy now. Now he's happy.
Our guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango.
Welcome back from the ad break. This is Afternoon Express. I'm standing with the legendary Freshlyground, but I want to find out, yes, more of the woos. You guys have so much coming up.
Yeah.
What is the thing that you want all of our Afternoon Express family to make sure that they have a seat watching you guys perform?
Great. So the next big thing is that we're performing on the 6th of October at the Lyric in Pretoria.
Okay.
And we're going to be at the Ridge on the 7th of October. We're going to be collaborating with The Soil. They'll be playing, we'll be playing, and then we'll be doing our song we'll be doing now.
Perfect. And all that information will be up on the Afternoon Express website. So do log in and just find out more about that. Now, Freshlyground's latest album, Can't Stop, has been receiving considerable radio play, and now we have the pleasure of hearing them for the first time, their new single in collaboration with The Soil titled Mna Nalama Genge. Do enjoy.
Agitated, but we're pacified. Don't worry, my dear, we're living our life and it's good. I'm be with I'm a neon I crew. Yum shaba when I'm a king is Zam Zezoluntu longe Kabila khala baby Indlela skoduka sonke Sondelu bole sweetie honey So well you've done this songe darling songe Na na ma kingi sweet pretty
Another feel-good production.